Good morning, everyone. Yep, I'm sitting in my room today. Everybody's already up, right, doing their thing, sitting on the porch, drinking their coffee. So I'm just, right, yep, yes. Uh, how things change in a way or whatever. I mean, it's like I have a 10-year-old granddaughter who knows how to spell eight. Yet we have a president that doesn't. You're starting out good already, Daniela. Well, you got to question certain things. And, yeah. Uh, okay, Daniela, don't go there. It's what it is. I know that the Democrats already got more plans for us in the works or themselves. I don't know. I see a lot of independent people out there, whatever goes on out there. It's like, okay, well, hasn't really made a big difference in my life. Done. Found the less you own, the better you're off, per se. Do with what you need, not what you want. There. And then, if you have certain strong feelings about certain things, don't be a part of it. Don't support it. Don't buy it. Done. Right? Yes, we still have that freedom. Our celestial condition established heaven on earth. I share these videos in certain places. Don't argue with me. I'm not going to argue with you over certain things. You can have you can look at it however you want to. Again, it's not a morsel off my plate, right? Yes. But as far as starting an argument over certain things, that I have to say, well, I wasn't there, so I can't. But from my own heart to mind, my own spiritual growth, uh, knowing, knowing God, or at least go with the narrow straight path of who God is, right? Then well, that's what I'm going to do, right? Yes. So, anywho, I thought I'd say that real quick here. So if I don't answer back, that just means that okay. Good luck with that. I was a blessed child. Peace in mankind, care and love for every dependent child. Peace. Every child feels secure, which reflects cause and effect in a child's life. Peace. Every child eats. Peace. Every child is warmed in cold times. Peace. Understanding a child's growth in troubling times. Then to guide the child to attain harmony with peace. I am peace as a father, as a mother, as a son, as a daughter of God, to become the best I can be for every child. Peace. To become the best I can be for every child. Repentance, knowing every child is deserving of peace. Prayer, knowing every child comes first. Restored, conditions are fulfilled when every child is loved and cared for. Death separates us from our earthly path to attain peace. Our taught descendants are the future, the change of lineage, God's lineage in action, the true cause and effect in a child's harmonious and happy life. I am an adult, ashamed to ask for anything from my heavenly parents for myself. If a child on earth needs my prayers and conditions greater than I, peace will happen when peace can be found in every child. I will be less than any child that suffers due to mankind's unkindness. Spirit world will hold us all accountable, regardless. Remember that. Okay. Let's get going straight away. We are in 4. Deuteronomy 4. Oh, I don't have quite as much light here as downstairs. The apostasy at Beth Peor contrasted with true wisdom. Oh. Interesting. What I said before about don't come back and argue with me. This, that title, I don't know where it's going to go, right? Yeah, you never know what you're going to get in the Old Testament, right? Yep, with the title, and then it's like a box of chocolates. Can go either way. Yeah, I like this one. Ooh, well, no. Okay. uh, Well, I hope he'll listen to that one too if I shared that one on that group. Heck, God will teach you right away. Okay, let's see if he'll teach me. And now, this is Deuteronomy 4. And now, Israel, listen to the laws and customs which I am teaching you today, so that by observing them you may survive to enter and take possession of the country which Yahweh, God of your ancestors, is giving you. You must add nothing to what I command you, and take nothing from it, but keep the commandments of Yahweh your God, just as I lay them down for you. You can see for yourselves what Yahweh has done about the Baal of Peor. Yahweh your God has destroyed all those of you who followed the Baal of Peor, but those of you who stayed faithful to Yahweh your God are all alive today. Look, as Yahweh my God commanded me, I have taught you laws and customs for you to observe in the country of which you are going to take possession. Keep them, put them into practice, and other people will admire your wisdom and prudence. Oh, once they know what all these laws are, they will exclaim, no other people is as wise and prudent as this great nation. And indeed, what great nation has its gods as near as Yahweh our God is to us whenever we call to him? And what great nation has laws and customs as upright as the entirety of this law which I am laying down for you today? Ah, God was close to those people. Wise and prudent. Okay. Hi. That's what it says here. Let's just keep reading. The revelation at Horeb, its demands. But take care as you value your lives. Do not forget the things which you yourselves have seen, or let them slip from your heart as long as you live. Teach them, rather, to your children and to your children's children. The day you stood at Horeb in the presence of Yahweh your God. Oh, well, there you go. They were in the presence of Yahweh, their God, your God, our God. Okay, well, there you go. Yahweh said to me, summon the people to me. I want them to hear me speaking. Oh, there you go again. So that they will learn to fear me all the days they live on earth, and teach this to their children. Oh, look. God's portrayed as the boogeyman. Okay. So you came and stood at the foot of the mountain, and the mountain flamed to the very sky, a sky darkened by cloud, murky and thunderous. Yahweh then spoke to you from the heart, I can't hardly see, of the fire. You heard the sound of words, but saw no shape. There was only a voice. He revealed his covenant to you and commanded you to observe it, the 10 words which he inscribed on 2 tablets of stone. Oh, this is from way before. Yahweh then ordered me to teach you the laws and customs that you were to observe in the country in which you are about to cross, to take possession of it. Hence, be very careful what you do. since you saw no shape that day at Horeb, when Yahweh spoke to you from the heart of the fire. See that you do not corrupt yourselves by making an image in the shape of anything whatever, be it statue of man or of woman, or of any animal on the earth, or of any bird that flies in the heavens, or of any reptile that crawls on the ground, or of any fish in the waters under the earth. When you raise your eyes to heaven, when you see the sun, the moon, the stars, the entire array of heaven, do not be tempted to worship them and serve them. Yahweh your God has allotted these to all the other peoples under heaven. But Yahweh has chosen you, bringing you out of the iron foundry, Egypt, to be his own people, and his own people as you still are today. There's no timeline here in a way, so I'm not sure when this was actually given. Well, it's at Horeb. When were they at Horeb? Have to go back again. Okay. I guess that's why they give you all this stuff. Well, in any case, we're in a new book. So again, it's got to be some back again before they got to wherever, this, that. I find it interesting throughout just about the whole, and it's even today still, you have to fear God, fear God. Fear God, is that another way to describe, honor God? Don't veer off your path. But isn't it the loving God? Why do I have to fear God? I've never felt in all my life that I had to fear God. I've never felt in all my life, even as a child, that if I do this or that, then, something's going to happen. Yeah. Where, again, it's like, how is this meant to fear God? Is that putting fear into our hearts, putting fear into the hearts of our children? That's how you learn? When I see after, when I see today where Christianity all is, right? So Christianity is all over the world to start with. Right? The believe in God, the one God, is all over the world. Yet there's so many people, right, that do whatever they want to do. Right? It's a never-ending story. The Ten Commandments, are they really followed out there? Okay. Well, can you say that you have followed the Ten Commandments all your life? And yet, what's going on out there? The abuse of children is just phenomenal by adults. That nothing happens to them. Not only that, it's just escalating. Right? It's even getting worse. Some things are getting better. There is a foundation, a solidarity, right, where the strength of God really comes through with the people. But then on the end, you have that other side on the other hand. And even with Christians, anyone that has the one God, doesn't matter what religion it is and what you profess to acknowledge, as a faith-based theology in your life, still, what we allow to go on around ourselves that's fearful. That's where I have to say, wow, collective sin is a real thing in spirit world. I'm telling you. Yeah. So how I'm fear mongering? Not just saying. I think God's giving warnings here, left and right. We already know there are very little consequences to breaking the Ten Commandments, the laws of heaven, when it comes down to it, right? So, if the people of Israel at that time in the Old Testament were so wise and prudent, then why does God still have to give them these warnings, this and that? He knows they're not there. He knows this is a long way. We got a long way to go, right? For a truly peaceful people. Right? But he can't give up on them. That's all he's got, really. That's what he chose at that time to establish what in the world? Right? His presence. Right? Among what? Mankind. And he doesn't want people to abuse that status that he's supposed to have here on earth. He doesn't want that to be abused in the principles of creation, nor in the principles of love. Oh, so it's wrong. My granddaughter loves wolves. She's big time into wolves right now, studying up on them. This, that. She has a wolf blanket. She has a little wolf she sleeps with. She has little, things of wolves. And oh, so is that now worshiping wolves? No, that's not. Right? She's not bowing down to them or something. Right? All right. That's her interest right now. Right? She's learning about these animals. Yes. Yeah. And they're available. Okay, real wolf. I kind of, okay. They're meant to be out in the wild, right? But she can have something close to her in that form that shows her interest. That doesn't mean she is worshiping wolves now, right? Yes. Oh, how about when we commemorate great people that have lived, are still living on earth, and there is a statue of them, right? Yes? Well, then, what about Jesus on the cross? Oh, but no, Jesus lived here on earth. He was a great man here on earth. Most likely the greatest man ever. Have you guys ever been to Utah? They have this huge statue of Jesus in one of their places there, right? Huge, absolutely huge. Right? Yes. It would not have come to my mind to bow down in front of that statue and start praying or anything. What people are doing is standing in front of it, taking a picture with Jesus to commemorate that they've been there with this huge, beautiful statue of Jesus. Is that now? Are they worshiping Jesus? We have one. It's been cost, oh my gosh, all kinds of hullabaloo. Just our True Mother. They have True Mother now as a statue, right? Yes, yeah. Oh, where's True Fathers? I don't know. I guess nobody thought of making one of him. all right. And that's cost all kinds of, oh, there she's, making herself more than what she should. Isn't good. What's wrong with True Mother is an amazing woman. Amazing human being. From the beginning, from the time she was born until now, she's 80 years old this year. Amazing woman. I can't find no flaws in her. None. Zero. And what would I do there? Stand in front of it? That's very difficult to meet True Mother in person, and special for just common people like me. Oh, that's normal, right? You get to meet every king around the world. Okay, I'm just saying, right? Yes. Oh, it doesn't bother me. Why would that bother me? Right? But I could stand in front of that statue and take a picture of True Mother. Oh, look. Oh, am I going to bow down in front of it and start? No. I guess some people do that. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they do that in front of Jesus. A big statue, too, right? Yes. Yeah. I don't know what other people are doing. I know where my head is. My head's straight on when it comes to all that. And I have no problem on, how do you say, acknowledge great human beings that have lived on earth. Why not? What's wrong with that? That doesn't mean we worship them. Doesn't mean they replace our heavenly parents. So, again, right? Yes, but what do people do? Yes, there is something to be taken in the proper context, and people blow it out of proportion. That's just what people do. Yes. So God here in Deuteronomy 4, it feels to me as if he's really trying to warn the people. Now listen, right? Make sure that you follow what I give you, right? And don't blow things out of proportion. Get a little unhappy, this and that, and then turn yourself away from me immediately. And this is what the Israelites are kind of known for by now, right? Yes? Okay. Well, anyway, so there it is, right? Let's finish up. Dogs are all in a tizzy down there. Ooh. 4 is a long one. Hey. Okay, then. It is. Ooh, dogs are getting treats down there. Of punishment to come and of conversion. Yahweh is angry with me because of you. He has sworn that I shall not cross the Jordan. So it's clear here that Moses is talking to the people. Or enter the fine country which Yahweh your God is giving you as your heritage. I find it interesting on how Moses, rather than also looking at himself and say, okay, I must have really messed up here somewhere. And where is that? Right? Yes? I'd heard someone says, oh, Moses was a great orator. I'm going, no, he wasn't. That's why he had Aaron. That's why God gave him Aaron to be there with him, his brother, because Aaron was actually better at that. Moses was great at receiving directions and guidance from God. Yes? Yeah. But it was difficult for him to give that out to the people. That's why he had Aaron. Then it was Joshua, seemed like, came afterwards. And one of the sons of Eleazar, I think it was, I'm not sure, of Aaron's sons. But when it came down to it, Moses wasn't. And anyway, so again, here's Moses, and he's immediately, what kind of an example is he? Immediately, he's blaming the people out there that he can't go where he wanted to go as well, right? Rather than taking a good look and say, I have to take some responsibility for that. I, as the leader of these people, should be happy, or the guidance counselor of these people, I should be happy that some of us are going to be able to go where they're going. I'm not going to be one of them. There's a reason for that. There's a reason God isn't letting him go, and it isn't the people. That would, again, isn't it? Wouldn't that be kind of silly? Yes, we do carry some responsibility as a collective for certain things. But would God truly punish Moses because of all the Israelites out there who are not following the guidance of this and that? That doesn't make sense, does it? Well, in any case, let's keep reading. But here you go. Yes, I am to die in this country. I shall not cross this Jordan. You will go over and take possession of that rich land. Be careful not to forget the covenant which Yahweh your God has made with you, by sculpting an image or making a statue of anything, since Yahweh your God has forbidden this. For Yahweh your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God. Okay. I said, when you have fathered children and grandchildren, and have grown old in the country, when you have grown corrupt and made some image, doing what Yahweh regards as wrong, and so provoking his anger, today I call heaven and earth to witness against you. You will quickly vanish from the country which you are crossing the Jordan to possess. Again, where are the words of encouragement to his people by now? You are going to go there and you are going to truly become God's people. Keep that up. Yes, you know what? And encourage each other. Watch out for each other. Support each other. Right? Yes? No, it's all just one big old gonna be mad at you. Hey, God's gonna be mad at you. If you don't, how do you get anywhere with that? Huh? How often does it actually work when you threaten your kids? Huh? Works when they're little and you're what? How much taller than them? And they're going, whoa, okay, alrighty then, yeah. But are they really following because the threat makes sense? Or are they following because they're scared of you? Huh? They better not push this one, and I'm not sure where that's gonna go, right? Yes? But we already know it doesn't work. Eventually they're gonna lose that fear. And go, well, I'm as tall as you now. Oh, I'm of age now. I'm gonna do what I want. There, done. What sticks with children? I see that with my grandchildren. My children too, but my grandchildren right now, when they see their Grozy, it's like, Grozy! Just, oh, the love that comes from them. How do I deserve that? Because when I see them, and I don't get to see them that much, I'm going to get to see them for 3 months this year, being with them every day, right, during summer break, because I give that love. I teach them to love. I teach them things that are going to be good in their life to know about. Is it in the physical with some arts and craft, kind of looking to see where are their talents and gifts? Right? They come on, I don't have to bring it up, they come on their own. Rosie, so let's talk more about angels, right? Yes. They don't come and say, Rosie, let's talk about demons and devils. They never. Let's talk about angels. So they want to know what? Huh? It's wonderful, isn't it? So when I show my daughter already just, oh, I tell them you're coming and they're like, Rosie's coming. Yay. Right? Can't wait. I have downstairs, I have my own room and bathroom and a big old downstairs. And so when I'm there, instead of them getting up and crawling with mom and dad into the bed, they come downstairs. Hey, Grozy. Yeah? Because I'm always awake early. Yeah, always. They come down and they snuggle up, and and sometimes they fall back asleep. Right? Or then it's, Grozy, can we watch something? Yeah, so, sure, let's have a little morning TV. Right? Depending how early it is. Or I say, well, if you're ready to watch TV, then let's get up and do something already. Right? Yes. like serve mom and dad coffee in bed, depending. As I say, I let them sleep in. That they deserve on weekends, right? For example. But here they come almost every morning, right? Yes. Well, am I bothered by that? Absolutely not. How sweet, right? Come snuggle up, and they're so comfortable, right? Yes. Oftentimes I start saying, let's say good morning first. To whom? Heavenly Father? Yes. Yes. I'm going to teach them now. It's heavenly parents, right? Because God represents both mother and father, father and mother, right? Yes. Yeah. It's a good thing. Teach your children that God's not exclusive, right? He's all inclusive when it comes to, yes, the responsibilities of a dad and a mom, parents, because God's the ultimate parent, right? Well, anyway, so again, oh, really, Moses is unhappy. I don't get to go. I'm going to teach them. I'll let them know. Don't mess up, right? Okay, all right. But again, it sounds like, again, I don't know. Would I have taught the people different if I was Moses? Don't know. I wasn't there. I know how I teach today under the guidance of God. Well, there you go. All right. All-consuming fire. Dear me. When you have fathered children and grandchildren, let's read that, and have grown old in the country, when you have grown corrupt, there you go, and made some image, doing what Yahweh regards as wrong, and so provoking his anger, today I call heaven and earth to witness against you. You will quickly vanish from the country which you are crossing the Jordan to possess. Your days will not be prolonged there, for you will be utterly destroyed. Yahweh will scatter you among the people, and only a small number of you will remain among the nations where Yahweh will have driven you. There you will serve gods made by human hand, of wood and of stone, that cannot see or hear, eat or smell. That's false gods right there. If, however, from there you start searching once more for Yahweh your God, and if you search for him honestly and sincerely, you will find him. You will suffer. Everything I have said will befall you, but in the final days you will return to Yahweh your God and listen to his voice. For Yahweh your God is a merciful God and will not desert or destroy you or forget the covenant which he made an oath with your ancestors. Oh, then in the end, this gets thrown in. Okay, well, there you go. Why not just go with that from the beginning? This is all just such. As I said, one had to be there. Not sure. I know what's going on today. Let's just keep reading. It's a long one. The glory of having been chosen by God. Put this question then to the ages that are past, that have gone before you, from when God created the human race on earth. Was there ever a word so majestic from one end of heaven or the other? Was anything like it ever heard? Did ever a people hear the voice of the living God speaking from the heart of the fire as you have heard it, and remain alive? Has it ever been known before that any God took action himself to bring one nation out of another one, by ordeals, signs, wonders, war with mighty hand and outstretched arm, by fearsome terrors, all of which things Yahweh your God has done for you before your eyes in Egypt? I don't know if God would show off like that, but this he showed you, so that you might know that Yahweh is the true God, and that there is no other. Oh, I got it. To instruct you, he made you hear his voice from heaven, and on earth he let you see his great fire, and from the heart of the fire you heard his words. Because he loved your ancestors, and after them chose their descendants, he has brought you out of Egypt, displaying his presence and mighty power, dispossessing for you nations who were larger and stronger than you, to make way for you and to give you their country as your heritage, as it still is today. People even today want to replace God. When things have discrepancies in it, this now, well, that wasn't God speaking here. These were all angels, and Jesus said so and so and so, and said so and so, right? But it's pretty clear here, right? To me, don't replace God. Acknowledge. No, I was there. I tried to talk to you guys. I was the closest to you than I've ever been with anyone before and after. He was the closest to the first Israel, to the first people. What amazes me in today's world, and I read that through the lines here as well, again, walking through that maze, right? On how people are never satisfied. Well, if you have a miracle in your life, you want another one. Then you want another one. If they don't happen, you become dissatisfied, discontent. Why do I have to work for all this myself? Why can't I have what others have? That's really sad, isn't it? I think that, and it said here, mankind, humankind, God created human beings. Yes, yeah. People like to believe that we kind of evolved from chimpanzees and stuff. They have to say, well, why aren't they still evolving then? Right? Yes. Doesn't seem to be happening. So again, people want to look at things. If you want evolution to be it, then evolution has to make sense. Evolution by itself doesn't make sense. Just the yeah. I didn't. That's the other dish detergent that I poured in. It's just more dish detergent in it. Uh, where was I? Totally lost my thread now. Cece's mad with me. I put that other dish detergent in another dish detergent. Oh, I thought it was eliminated a bottle. Combining things, right? It's the same thing. Right. Well, anyway, let's continue reading. I lost my thread here somewhere. It's fine. I guess I said enough about it. Yes. Hence, grasp this today and meditate on it carefully. Yahweh is the true God in heaven above as on earth beneath. He and no other. Keep his laws and commandments. Oh, so you got it now. And just the 6 days of creation in the Bible isn't it either. It is a combination of the 6 days in the Bible simplified plus the evolutionary process of the 6 periods. Then it makes perfect sense. Yes, and yet there is this component in human beings that you can't find anywhere else. That's what it speaks of here as well. Have you ever encountered anything more fantastic than a human being when it comes to everything. What we are capable of, right? Yes. In the physical and the spiritual. Right? How has a per se weak entity like ourselves been able to take dominion over the earth? Animals that are so fierce to snap yet. Okay, just saying, right? Yes, we are the greatest predator on earth when it comes down to it. And again, so sad that we are the greatest predator. Right? Okay. So, there's one thing we haven't learned yet to this day on what a great creation we are, actually, of God. He and the other keep his laws and commandments as I give them to you today, so that you and your children after you may prosper and live in the country that Yahweh your God is giving you forever. Yes, good one. Follow the commandments and the laws of heaven, and you will prosper on what he has given us. Yeah? To prosper with, not over. Right? Yeah. Oh, I've mentioned this before, right? Is it possible for humankind to have peace? Is it actually possible? Is that, what would it look like? What would earth look like? What would mankind look like? What would we achieve out there if it was just peace and harmony all around the world? Hmm? Well, that seems to be God's desire for us, for what he created. Well, then there has to be that state of being has to be possible then. Why would God mention it otherwise? If you follow, guess what? Yeah? Okay. Pretty amazing. So that's all an angel talking here. That very much. The cities of refuge. Moses then set aside the three towns in the east beyond the Jordan, to which any killer might flee who had accidentally, without any previous feud, killed his fellow. By taking refuge in one of these towns, he could save his life. These were for the Reubenites, Bezer in the desert on the tableland; for the Gadites, Ramoth in Gilead; for the Manassites, Golan in Bashan. Oh, interesting that they're mentioning these two tribes and a half. These particular three. I could say more to that, but again, I think this is going to get too long here. That's interesting. Let's just leave that one. It's an interesting concept on how it's an interesting concept, and we've already read about that before, so I'm gonna leave that. The second discourse of Moses. Time and place. This is the law which Moses presented to the Israelites. These are the stipulations, the laws, and the customs which Moses gave the Israelites after they had left Egypt beyond the Jordan in the valley near Beth Peor. in the country of Sihon, the Amorite king, who had lived at Heshbon. Moses, you just brought that back to my attention, didn't you? Moses and the Israelites had defeated him when they left Egypt and had taken possession of his country as well as that of Og, king of Bashan, two Amorite kings to the east beyond the Jordan, from Aroer on the edge of the Arnon Valley, all the way to Mount Sion, that is Hermon, and of the whole Arabah east of the Jordan, as far as the sea of the Arabah at the foot of the slopes of Pisgah. Oh, the Ten Commandments are coming up again in 5. Ew, interesting. So, it's difficult to just go with the flow here because there is no flow, right? Yes? Okay. When it comes to, okay, where are they now again? Oh, is this again where they were in Numbers and then where they were in Exodus? Okay, right? Yes? Yeah. Anywho, it is what it is. So, but brought back one more thing. Regardless on how they fell, those two kings, right, had to fall. Going back one more time to Switzerland, there was in the whole existence of Switzerland, once they gained their freedom, and there has never been a king or a queen or an emperor or an empress. There was never a royal family in place or something like that. And it was definitely founded under the guidance of God in many ways. And that was the Swiss people's strength, their belief in God, even if they feared him or whatever, right? Yes? So when I come across, yes, okay, studied a lot. I studied a lot of history in different countries, what was available, cross-referenced many different things, and found that there isn't a country in the world that's ever benefited from a kingship hierarchy. Never. Ever. It was always the people who paid for it all, right? The common people, right? Yeah. And all them kings and queens and emperors and empresses and whatever they were, czars and whoever they were, lived in absolute excess and filth when it came to the principles of love, especially. Yes, yeah. Oh, we're going to get into some of that in the Bible too, more. So I think that one thing to be aware of is beware when you build up kingships again. Yes? For what? Somebody brought up, again, this weird geese. It's supposedly in some kind of a book in the church. It's like, really? Ugh. Beware when you use animals and stuff like that to make some kind of a comparison to how you should be behaving or whatever, because if you're not getting enough information, most likely you're going to get that wrong. So supposedly geese have a leader and they all follow the leader. They have no choice, this, that, and they don't question it and all that. Okay, all right. Flying south or north, or if anybody's ever seen the V formation that geese have and they fly, there's a reason for that. The thing is that the leadership in those flights change, male or female. There's others who will take this, not the same goose that's always in the front. They change. They keep, because that keeps the strength of each of the geese balanced, right? Yes? And there are some that have to either they get injured, this or that, and have to stop for a while. Most of the time, they're never left behind on their own. There's one or two more that stop with them. And when they're fine again, they keep on going together again in a V formation. And they're called a gaggle, by the way, a flock of geese all together. A gaggle, and they rest then someplace a little longer so that the ones that needed the time on the ground can catch up. Wow, nice, huh? Isn't that cool? Yeah. Anywho, so it's not about the leadership in a gaggle. It's about what? The working together. So each one of the geese then stays equally physically fit, in shape. Yes? Just saying. And interestingly enough, there is kind of a psychological component there as well in the flying and the V formation they have, on how the geese each are affected by the position that they are in. Yes? Interesting? Okay. That keeps them being able to fly such great distances. Right? Yeah. All right. Anywho, thought I mentioned that. Now, so here's the thing. Now, I don't mind taking a picture with Jesus, a statue of Jesus, or with True Mother. If True Father were there too, maybe someday they'll be there together. Who knows? Yes? Okay. But as far as I'm going to go and start bowing down in front of a statue or whatever, that's not going to happen. But in Asian countries, what do people do when they greet each other? Okay. Yes, absolutely. It's a sign of greeting to bow. Yes. Like we shake hands. So, shaking someone's hands, now what, worshipping them? That's just a tradition in my culture. I came from shake hands, say hello. Yeah, they added that. Oh, the French do that. I said, ugh, I never liked that. That's like, get away from me. That's too intimate. I don't do that with just anybody. Don't even do that with my friends. Why would that do that? That's special for my husband. I don't greet my children like that either. Interesting. Oh, interesting, right? What do many couples do when the husband or wife comes home? Hi, honey. Look quick, right? Yes? Like, reacquainting. Oh, there you are. Special. When they leave for work or whatever. Bye, honey. I'm leaving now. Oh. Yes? So sweet. I love that. Yes. But that's special recognition that you have with your husband and your wife. Right? Yes? Don't give that out to everybody out there. What is that? Well, anyway. Well, that's a tradition. I don't know who started certain traditions, but okay. Right away, kind of gives way to what? Yeah, yes, got to be careful with that. But bowing, saying hello to someone, I'm good with that. Sign of respect. Shaking hands, that's a sign of respect as well. Yes, You hope the other person has their hands washed. Okay. Anywho, so there it is. But as far as somebody wants to build up some kind of a hierarchy here again, with kingships, this, that, which, okay, it's in our movement. It's the one group that splintered off, just bing, making a crown prince and all that. Really haven't learned anything from your own country's history and how devastating that all was to the people. Huh? It's one thing if we acknowledge kingship to heaven, right, in a way, if that's what you want, know who it is. Right? But as far as here on earth, starting some kind of a what? What's the next thing you want? Right? No, not going to happen. I would say Deuteronomy 4 is teaching us not to do that. Huh? Right? Interesting. Oh, there's no king yet with Israel. How did that come to be? Why didn't God, right from the beginning, choose a king? Didn't do that, did he? Oh, that came later. How did they fare? We'll find out, right? Yes. So, was God truly talking to the Israelites in the Old Testament? Yes, absolutely. Were the Israelites listening properly and writing everything properly down? Probably not. Most likely not. I'd say they didn't. Yes? But there's some of it in there. Somehow it's almost as if the pen was guided by something greater than just the hand of the writer, the scribe. Yes? We'll find it. Find it in there. If you really look, you find it. Yes? And we can also learn a little bit on how certain things just went astray. Done, right? So there it is. Yes, yes, yes. Daniela's own opinions, this and that about everything and all, and yes. Just me. I know where my loyalties lie, 100%, and that will not change, ever. I know who to be grateful for that has lived on earth and given us great insight into how you're supposed to live as a human being. I also know who made it all happen to begin with. I have no doubt about that. And on how, over thousands of years, and though we had this just awful beginning when it came down to it, how we are getting back, understanding more. The information is all there now. It is. It just depends on how the people want to learn from it, profit from it, prosper with it. Yes? Well, I'm going to have to sentence more of you. There'll be more. I'm going to give them the best that there is to give. Will they accept it? That's up to them. But it will be there, just like God said there too in Deuteronomy 4. It'll be there when you get to it. Yes. Good ending. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to y'all another time.